Hey everyone, Thomas here, and welcome back to SFF180. It is Monday, April the 23rd, and time once again for the mailbag. I hope you guys are doing great. Hope you've had a lovely week and a lovely weekend. It has been fairly slow in the mail around here the last couple of weeks, and I just have a modest little mail haul to get to. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Not much in the way of announcements. Oh, I guess maybe I can talk about the Terror some more. I've been keeping up with it. I'm actually liking it better now. You know, it's about halfway through the miniseries, and the writing is improving, and they're making more changes that are actually good, though. It's tightening up the story. Because as much as I am a fan of the book, I gotta admit, it's like 950 pages that could probably have done with a little bit of, you know, tucking in here and there. So, all right, well then, I guess let's just quit faffing about and get around to these books, see what we have. Okay, I'm really not happy about this one, just because, well, the envelope, there's a little rubber stamp on the front that says, received unsealed in damaged condition. And so this was apparently broken open somehow, and it got resealed just with regular Scotch tape. That's pretty dubious, if you ask me. I'm not very pleased with the mail service on this one, so let's just see what it is, all right? Okay, well, it's not that damaged. After it's barely damaged at all, really. But this is Only Human by Sylvain Neuvel, and this is the third and final book in the Themis Files trilogy. They went ahead and just sent me the finished copy on this one. They didn't send me the ARC. That's okay. I have to review Waking Gods, the second one, because it is a finalist for the BookTube SFF Awards, and so now I can just get them back to back and, you know, go ahead and round this one out. As you will remember, I was not the biggest fan of Sleeping Giants, the first book in this series. Although it got a lot of raves, it didn't get one from me. But I'm going to go ahead and see what the rest of it is like, mainly because, like I said, second book is a BookTube SFF Awards finalist. So, this is on sale in hardcover on May the 1st, and I can't read a thing here because it's a spoileroo all around. But Only Human follows Sleeping Giants and Waking Gods in the Themis Files trilogy on May the 1st from Del Rey. And this next one says Simon & Schuster, so it is probably a saga book. And it is. This is the finished copy of The Long Sunset, new book by Jack McDevitt. And this, as I have said before, is the newest book in the series that began with The Engines of God, which I reviewed as an SFF180 retro title. And it follows the adventures of Priscilla Hutchins. They're now just calling the series The Academy, so I guess. Anyway, it's come over to Saga Press from Ace Books, and The Long Sunset came out on the 17th of April, so it is available now. And these are this is kind of a deep space exploration series, and what I can say about this particular episode is that an interstellar message is discovered that could be Priscilla Hutchins' last chance for a mission before the program is shut down for good, since world politics have shifted from exploration to a growing fear that the program will run into an extraterrestrial race more advanced than humanity and war. However, this message is a piece of music from an unexplored area, and despite the growing paranoia, Hutch and her crew are determined to make an early escape to interstellar space, and what they find at the other end of the galaxy is completely unexpected. So, I'm very eager to get into this. I have been hankering for good old-fashioned space exploration adventure for a little while now, so The Long Sunset, available now in hardcover from Saga Press. And we have another Random Penguin title, and this is one I've been eagerly awaiting. This is Foundry Side, and it's the new book by Robert Jackson Bennett, who wrote the Divine Cities trilogy, you know, City of Miracles, City of Stairs, all of those, right? Well, this is a new book, comes out on August the 21st. Bennett brings us a nimble-witted, complex female protagonist who uses her strange gifts to survive in a world where magic, for all its glorious uses, has become an instrument of economic control. What happens when magic and capitalism collide? Magic can be monetized. That's a fact in Tavan, a city that runs on industrialized magic. The city has grown rich thanks to its mastery of the magical technology known as scriving, the art of inscribing an object with sigils to make it do extraordinary things. Or, more precisely, the four merchant houses who monopolize scriving have grown rich. The elite, along with their employees, servants, and slaves, live in the merchants' houses 4 walled-off enclaves, where scribed lanterns float above cobblestone walkways and clean water runs in fountains. The less fortunate live in between those walls, in impoverished communities where finding drinkable water is a daily struggle and bodies turn up in the streets. One of the communities, Foundry Side, is the home of Sansia Grotto. Sansia is a former slave whose ordeals have made her an unnaturally talented thief. When she finds herself in possession of a powerful magical artifact, she must form an unlikely alliance with police officer Gregor Dandello to confront a common threat, a plot that would let Tavan's masters overwrite reality itself. And it says, although the setting is based on Renaissance Italy, the novel draws ingeniously upon present-day technology. Specifically, Bennett thinks of scribing like hacking a computer. In Foundry Side, the world is a machine and reality is a program that operates using the code written by God. The people within this world have figured out how to hack the code by either forcing errors in it or fabricating permissions. In a way, they've captured the admin credentials of God. And if someone is creative and willful enough, they can find loopholes or contradictions that allow them to literally change reality. Perhaps this is the one hope for altering the oppressive system they live in, or perhaps it will lead to irreversible destruction. Right on. Okay. Well then, there you have it. Foundry Side on August the 21st. Let me know in the comments. Okay, this one might be kind of hard to see because it's so tiny, but this is an ARC for a little mass market book from Harper Voyager. It's called Planetside. The author is Michael Mammay, M-A-M-M-A-Y. So I guess a debut novel. And I also have this as an e-ARC. This comes out July the 31st, apparently. And it says, it's an action-packed combination of science fiction and military thriller. A seasoned military officer is pulled out of near retirement to investigate the disappearance of a High Counselor's son. And let's see, perfect for fans of Marco Cluse and John Scalzi, Planetside tells the story of a mysterious and deadly conspiracy on a distant war-torn planet. All right. War heroes aren't usually called out of semi-retirement and sent to the far reaches of the galaxy for a routine investigation. So when Colonel Carl Butler answers the call from an old and powerful friend, he knows it's something big. And he's not being told the whole story. A High Counselor's son has gone MIA out of Kappa Base, the space station orbiting a battle-ravaged planet. The young lieutenant had been wounded and evacuated, but there's no record of him having ever arrived at Hospital Command. The colonel quickly finds Kappa Base to be a labyrinth of dead ends and sabotage. The hospital commander stonewalls him, the special ops leader won't come off the planet, witnesses go missing, radar data disappears, and that's before he encounters the alien enemy. Butler has no choice but to drop down onto a hostile planet because someone is using the war zone as a cover. The answers are there, Butler just has to make it back alive. This sounds great. Not gonna lie, this sounds terrific. Okay, Planetside. Okay, I'm digging it. It comes out July 31st on from Harper Voyager in mass market. Let me know in the comments. And next up we have what looks like another HarperCollins book. This one is an ARC for a book called We Are Where the Nightmares Go. And the author is C. Robert Cargill, whom I've met. And he is the author of Sea of Dust, which came out last year. And this is a short story collection, apparently. Cargill's legendary imagination takes a diabolical turn in this collection of hair-raising short fiction, featuring fantastical tales that will tantalize and terrorize all fears and phobias welcome. Cargill embraces angel killers, zombie dinosaurs, cannibal clowns, morally ambiguous children, and death itself. Right on, okay. So if you're into writers like Neil Gaiman, Joe Hill, Christopher Moore, and Richard Kadrey are the ones that they are listing here. These 10 tales are assembled as a testament to the writer's mastery of the phantasmagoric. This potent hair-raising collection of unnerving horror and fantasy that resonate, linger, and promise to haunt readers' waking dreams. Okay. Well, We Are Where the Nightmares Go. A new collection by Robert Cargill on June the 12th. All right, couple more here, moving on down the stack. Second to last package. This is another one that looks like it is from Saga Press. It is, and this is an ARC for a book that they don't even have cover art for yet. So this is just I think the first kind of generic ARC that I've ever gotten from Saga. This is a book coming out October the 9th. The author is Sean Barger, so I guess a debut author, and the title is Mage Against the Machine. That's cute. All right, I'm not going to lie, that's cute. Well, let's see what it's all about then. The year is 2120. The humans are dead. Well, that's grim. The mages have retreated from the world after a madman blew up civilization with weaponized magical technology. Safe within domes that protect them from the nuclear wasteland on the other side, the mages have spent the last century putting their lives back together. Nikolai is obsessed with artifacts from 20th century human life, mage-crafted replica Chuck Taylors on his feet, Schwarzenegger posters on his walls, Beatlemania still alive and well in his head. But he's also tasked with a higher calling, to maintain the veils that protect Magekind from the hazards of the wastes beyond. As a cadet in the Mage King's army, Nick has finally found what he always wanted, a purpose. But when confronted by one of his former instructors gone rogue, Nick tumbles into a dark secret. The human... Why doesn't anyone ever tumble into a light secret? I guess it wouldn't be as interesting. The humans weren't nuked into oblivion, they're still alive. Not only that, outside the domes a war rages between the last enclaves of free humans and a vast machine intelligence. Outside the dome, unprepared and on the run, Nick finds Jem. Jem is a runner for the human resistance, a ballerina turned soldier. By the circumstances of war, Jem is more than just a human. Her cybernetic enhancement mods make her faster and smarter and are the only thing that give her a fighting chance against the artificial beings bent on humanity's eradication. So they're going to join forces. And it's science fiction, fantasy, mashup as 'twere, and it's called Mage Against the Machine, which is cute. And it's huge. It's like 500 pages. But all right then, this comes out October the 9th from Saga Press, something a little different. Let me know in the comments. And this very last one is another HarperCollins package, and this feels very much like a finished book, maybe a hardback. It is, and it's a book that I've actually been waiting for a little while now, although I do have an e-arc as well that I got earlier in the week. But anyway, this is called The Poppy War, and it's a debut novel. The author is R.F. Kuang. And yeah, like I said, there's been a bit of talk about this, and so I've been quite curious to get my hands on it. Anyway, what's it all about? Rin knows that the only way out of her village and an arranged marriage she doesn't want is to test into the elite military academy at Sinigard. When Rin aces the Keiju, the empire-wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academies, it is a shock to everyone. To the test officials who couldn't believe a war orphan from Rooster Province could pass without cheating, to Rin's guardians, who had believed they'd finally be able to marry her off and further their criminal enterprise, and to Rin herself, in realizing she is finally free of the servitude and despair that had made up her daily existence. The first thing Rin learns upon arriving at the academy is that being a dark-skinned peasant girl from the south is not an easy thing at Sinigard. Targeted from the outset by rival classmates for her color, poverty, and gender, Rin discovers she possesses a lethal, unearthly power, an aptitude for the nearly mythical art of shamanism. Exploring the depths of her gift with the help of a seemingly insane teacher and psychoactive substances, Rin learns that gods long thought dead are very much alive, and that mastering control over those powers could mean more than just surviving school. For while the Nikara Empire is at peace, the Federation of Mugen still lurks across a narrow sea. The militarily advanced Federation occupied Nikan for decades after the First Poppy War, and only barely lost the continent in the Second. And while most of the people are complacent to go about their lives, a few are aware that a third Poppy War is just a spark away. Rin's shamanic powers may be the only way to save her people, but as she finds out more about the god that has chosen her, the vengeful Phoenix, she fears that winning the war may cost her humanity, and that it may already be too late. So there you have it, The Poppy War, R.F. Kuang, debut novel, comes out on May the 1st from HarperCollins Publishers. Like I said, I've been really curious about this, so I guess we'll see what we will see, won't we? And there you have it. That's what we got for this week's mailbag. You guys know the drill. Light up those comments. Let me know which of these looks most interesting and exciting to you, which you would like to see me prioritize for review. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching, please leave a like, share the video far and wide with all your SFF reading friends, and above all, please subscribe. That is how the channel grows. By the way, 5,000 happened. Thank you all so much. Start thinking about questions for Q&A, and maybe like next week I'll talk about how to send me the questions and how I'd like to receive them, all that, and then when I'm going to actually do the Q&A video and what have you. But be thinking about that, okay? But I want to thank all of you for all these years of support. So onward and upward to 10,000, right? Okay. You can also support the channel at my TeePublic store and at my Patreon, where recruits into Wank's Army get little perks like getting to see some of these videos early, things like that. I want to thank those folks for their added support. I want to thank all of you for being an amazing audience as always, and until I see you next time, happy reading.